Hi, Soul Family. Alrighty. I'm here with our daily reading, and I literally completely forgot about it. I've been doing so many other things right now, so I figured at 2 o'clock I should get this done and get it to you guys before I have to do tonight's message to dream on. So we're working with the wisdom of the Oracle, and the first message that we see here is called Poised. Now, poised means you're ready, right? Look at her. She's ready. She's got this dress on, and she's in great shape. She's jumping for joy. She's got stars at her fingertips. She's got flags that are strung across. Everything is wonderful happening. This is like, I'm ready. I'm on top of my game, right? I'm on this pedestal. I'm jumping off the pedestal. Actually, maybe I'm taking a leap of faith, but I'm ready to go for it, whatever it is, right? That's what I see when I look at this. And the number 48, your prayers about money have been heard and answered by the angels. Well, that would be giving you reason for jumping for joy, right? If you've been stressing about money. So that was a great first message to get. So what this card is about being ready, right? Or bringing something to light. Now look at the fingertips that are illuminated with the stars here. So is there something that needs to be brought to light? We got that the Lady of Lightning was coming forward and things were going to be illuminated, right? So it also talks about being at your best, feeling confident. Whoa. Who is it? Hold on, excuse me for a second. There's a discrepancy. It's okay. Lily, it's okay. It's okay. He doesn't do anything, but she thinks that he's going to. It's okay. Don't bug your sister. Sorry, I had to take care of that. Oh, that means something. So pay attention to that. I always pay attention to my cats. They give me messages. So one's nervous and there's no reason for it. Or it could be that there's problems with brothers or roommates, okay? Because Liger is Lily's big brother, or they're actually not related, so they're living in the same house. So there might be boundaries crossing right now. So stand your ground. Lily spoke her piece. Liger was told to back down and leave her alone. So maybe someone's going to step in and cause this to happen, or maybe you're realizing because she was going to her own room. So it's talking about boundaries right there. That was talking about boundaries. So that's why we had to see that. Okay, well, I mean, this is talking about being confident, right? She spoke her piece. You know what I'm seeing? I don't know if you guys can see it from here. Do you see the cat face? Let's see. There's a face on her chest. I've never noticed that before. It's a man's face. That is unbelievable. I've never seen that before. Okay. So a man is feeling confident, feeling powerful, free, illuminated. Remember we were told yesterday in the weekly reading, if you guys have listened to it yet, that the veils were parting. The fog was lifting. And you know what? We had major weird weather outside today. Like, it was bizarre. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see the sky. It was gray, brown, weird, heavy winds. No smoke in the air. But now it's cleared away. So the fog, it was like a foggy cloud that was lifted. So this is lifted. So I'm just reading the messages because of what we got yesterday. So the veil is lifted from someone, and someone's standing up for themselves. That's what the cat just showed me. I like that. So right now you can be sure that you're ready for everything. Anything that comes your way. You have gotten to a place and you have maybe challenges or lessons have brought you wisdom. That, anything that you learn is a tool for your tool belt. So Lily's gotten strong. She went through a challenging time, my cat. She was really sick. But now she's coming back. And she's not putting up with any shit. If Liger bugged her when she walked by, she's like, I'm not putting up with this. She went into her room and she made it loud and clear and let me know. I don't like what's going on. Okay, I'm getting prickles right now. So that's a message. I have stood up for myself. I have made it clear how I feel. And I am keeping my boundaries between me and whoever this one was that was interfering. That's interesting. Okay, so you now have got the wisdom and all of these tools in your tool belt, and you realize that there's something about to begin. You're about to take this leap off of this pedestal. And people are responding to you. They respond to the confidence that you exhibit, and they trust you. This is a really, really promising time for new beginnings for you. And if you're talking about relationships, because you see the man inside of her heart, right? So in relationships, this is where you're comfortable in your own skin. This is where you are ready for a more deep, maybe a deeper relationship with this one. And this could be man or woman in reverse, right? You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You know who you are. You handle your life. You love who you are. And at this time, you draw friendships, relationships, opportunities. Everything is in harmony. There are harmonious connections that are present, and they're continuing to come in, and they will be continue to come in. So Spirit says they want you to get ready to give and receive from the heart. I love the fact that it's a man's chest on a woman. A man's chest on a woman. I had a dream last night. I had a dream. Isn't that build it and they will come? And in it, and I didn't know if it had to do with last night when I spoke about the cows, how I saw the cows being milked, and I didn't like the fact that their nipples were so bloody and raw from being milked. And I said, be aware of those who use you for what they can get from you, right? And in this dream, I saw this somebody was trying to do something, this man, and he was having a hard time releasing. He was trying to release. He was having a hard time doing it. And the woman went, he said, can you help me? So she went to help, and she said, don't worry about it. And she says, I've got blind boobs. Blind boobs. And he said, blind boobs? What do you mean? And then she showed her chest, and there was no nipple. And he said, well, that's cool. He goes, you could put a sticker on it, because you know how people put pasties on when they go to the river? And I thought to myself, somebody might have had a surgery after cancer, like a mastectomy. But it could have been that it was a man who was in this nurturing energy, right? Because she's got a man's chest, and there are no nipples like a woman would have. They've been milked off because people have been using them. I get it too, is what the person was saying. I've recognized that as well. They've milked me for who I am, and for what I have and what I can give them. So maybe now you have had that veil lifted and you have realized that. That's what I'm getting from this message. But as far as other things in your life, you've got every reason to feel confident. Everything that you need to make what it is that you want a success is there. You've got it. You can take action because you're ready to step into your power. I kept saying I was second guessing myself yesterday. Well, stop it. Move forward. They're telling you this is a time for you to step into the light. And maybe you need to be of service to the world. Anything that you do that's of service to the universe, to the world, Spirit backs you. So whatever it is, they're telling you you're moving into the direction that your destiny has been calling, and Spirit is smiling down on you because you are aligning with the truth of who you are and what your purpose and what your path truly is. Love that message. Thanks, Liger and Lily, for punctuating it with another message for us. So then this is interesting. All that glitters. So you see this gold. All that glitters is not gold. That's the first message, right? There's masks. So maybe you are, so there's questions here that you need to ask yourself. Or maybe there's something that you need to look at. See this person looking down on these two masks that have been removed. So this person is now seeing what's going on. The masks have been removed. Or maybe you are wanting to see beyond the superficial. Or maybe are you somebody who wants to put on a mask to disguise something? Are you somebody who you're trying to be something that you're not, or somebody that you're not? Or are you chasing after money and wealth and position and status? Everybody wants to be pretty or handsome. Everybody wants to have a nice picture of themselves, right? They want to paint a nice picture of themselves. And there's nothing wrong with acquiring nice things. But does that mean that if you have a Mercedes or a Lamborghini or a Range Rover, that you're a better person than somebody that's driving a Volvo? No, I wasn't going to say a Volvo, an old Volvo or an old Volkswagen. Old Volkswagens are collectible. So I can't even think of a shitty car right now, because most people end up getting new cars and they're just making payments. But the fact that maybe it's a big house, somebody's renting a studio, like me. I'm renting a studio in this other person's giant house. Does that make him better than me? No. I'm not hung up on that. So are you hung up on a fast car, a big house, a position, or an air of authority, or the fact that, your diamonds? I don't wear diamonds. I wear silver, and I like it. I don't care what you like, right? I'm not impressed with other people and their stuff. because a lot of people work and work and work in order to get things because it makes them feel that they're worth more, or that they're more attractive to other people. So this is a message about seeing beneath the mask and seeing the reality and the truth of the situation, and recognize the masks that people wear, right? And what are their motives? Are they milking you? Are they after you or around you because of what you can give them, right? So think about relationships then. Sometimes we want to be better, or want to show ourselves off in a better light than we actually are. And it's only in our own head, because there's nothing wrong with where we are. But maybe we feel we need to be in a better position. Maybe we feel we need to be the owner of our company, or I run my own business, or I take 3 vacations a year, or I own my car, I don't have any payments, or whatever. I own my home, But you need to pay attention, because it's not about what the person has. It's not about what you have. You got to look past that. Look past the surface, past the stinking masks of the people. See who they really, really are. If you take away everything that they have, what are they and who are they? Spirit does that a lot to spiritual people on a path. I've had it done to me about 5 times. I've had things stripped away from me. Because when you have everything taken away from you, what remains of you? Do you lose yourself? Do you cease to be of importance? Do you lose your sense of self-worth? Are you any less because of that? Now, looking at someone else that you're attracted to, if you took away their money, their fast car, their trappings, their house, everything, do you still want to hang out with them? Do you still want to be around them? Think about fair weather friends, the ones that are around when you got all the money and you can go to the parties and you can, get them into places. But then if you lose your job and you lose all your stuff, do they still want to hang out with you? Those are fair weather friends, and huck those people to the curb, right? Now another message would be, all that glitters is not gold, okay? So maybe somebody makes you an offer, and it looks so good that you can't resist it, right? Everybody kind of rushes in. I'm thinking about, what are those things called? Money market scams, If it's too good to be true, it is. Sorry. But you see people, well, I'm making a shitload of money and I've done this and I've done that. You know what? You don't know the ins and outs of all of it. And sometimes there is a little bit of an influx, and so you want to throw yourself into that. But be careful. Be careful. You can be deceived, and you can deplete yourself after chasing any shiny thing that catches your eye. Now, that could be a person too. Be careful about chasing after some shiny girl or shiny guy that catches your eye. It's interesting. They're looking at real gold here, and they're saying that that's of value. But I'm looking at my pyrite on my workstation, and the pyrite is called fool's gold. It's false gold. But real gold bends. It's weak. It's weak. It's soft. You can bend it. You can dent it. But pyrite is rock solid. I would rather have somebody made of pyrite than made of that gold. I call that fool's gold. I call the one that goes after that gold the fool. I would say the one that recognizes the value in pyrite, that's the one I want to be with. Right? That's me anyway. So they're saying don't pay attention to everybody else. I'm thinking of the crane. The crane is a jack of all trades, master of none. It does a million different things, is not concerned with keeping up with the Joneses, doesn't really care what anybody else has or what they think. Sometimes people think that they kind of scoff at them. They're like, how are they even able to make a living? They're doing all these weird things, and they should have a 9-to-5 job, or they should be doing this, or they should be doing that. Judge, judge, judge. But the crane and the heron, they're able to see an opportunity where other people may not, and they're able to make something out of those opportunities. And they don't do 9-to-5. They are not the same as other people. They're very unique, very eclectic. That's my kind of person. But others might look down on them. So don't try to compare yourself to them, right? And also, if you're looking at that shiny person or the surface of this, you're only seeing the surface. Make sure that what's underneath it, what's underneath that pile. Because they could have sprinkled this gold dust over top of something like makeup on a beautiful girl, and underneath she's just a wicked, wicked bitch. Right? Same thing for a guy. All right. Oh, the number 16. The number 16 Your words are magnetic affirmations that draw to you the very things that you talk about and that you think about. For this reason, the angels remind you to be aware of your words and your thoughts. So, think about what we want to bring about, right? Boop. Sorry. All right. A leg up. Here comes Mama Bear to help Baby Bear up. Look at the spirit in the background. I like these hidden spirits behind the veil. I like these. So frozen emotions is the snow. The polar bear is the fastest bear on the planet, the strongest bear. They can swim. They're the most ferocious. And they're very gentle with their babies. The number 34, we'll take that first since I'm looking at it. The number 34, your prayers are heard and answered by the angels and ascended masters who are with you right now. So Mama Bear might be the ascended master that's helping you, giving you a leg up. Because it's about receiving help. It's about delegating authority, because that baby bear can't do it by itself. It needs help. So this is about don't be an island. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That baby's not afraid. Every healthy relationship has dependence and interdependence within it, but you rely on one another. So what Spirit is telling you is you've gotten to a place in your life right now where going alone is not the best for you. You know? And Spirit is presenting you with the perfect people. They're lining things up for you that will give you a leg up. This is about spreading out to your soul family, to your friends. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Spirit's telling you it's actually best that you don't do things by yourself anymore. And they're bringing you help along for the next phase of your journey. And it comes to you when you need it the most. And the trick is to accept it. Right? It's given. It doesn't have strings. This is about embracing interdependence. Do you know what that means? Interdependence. Dependence is good, but to have healthy interdependence within a relationship where you know that you can rely on one another and have a sense of teamwork, that's the teamwork and independence working together, right? And that's what makes miracles happen. So that's what's going on. So in relationships, whether they be family or whether they be work or whether they be love, it's very healthy to have this interdependence. And that's how they thrive, having a balance of giving and taking, of helping and receiving help, right? Accepting and extending. So you need to recognize that you need others in your life just as much as they need you. You need others, and it doesn't make you weak for that. It makes you intelligent. So Spirit's asking you allow people to support you just the way you have supported them. You probably have given way more help to others than you have ever allowed to be given to yourself, right? So Spirit is saying, allow yourself to feel vulnerable because you feel vulnerable. This little baby bear doesn't think it could do it without mom. And you know what? Some people don't like that. Some people feel weak, especially very strong women and men that have been raised by maybe militant families or strong people. Maybe they've always have been able to do it themselves. Maybe they had a job. Maybe they owned the company. Maybe they were doing really, really well, and then the shit got kicked out of them, and the winds were taken out of their sails, and now they're scrambling, and they don't quite know how to. They're not used to this. To them, it's like a kick down. It's like humility, and it is. Spirit does it on purpose. I told my twin when he came to see me at my place. He looked at the outside of the place. I was renting a room in a modular home from a 34-year-old kid. But I had just come, I'd gone to Wisconsin, I'd gone to Sedona, I'd gone all over the place, and I was trying to get back on my feet, right? Just like this baby bear. And I loved my suite. I posted it this morning, a picture of it, and I love that space. And my most favorite, most beautiful memories in the entire world, and I mean in the entire world, happened in that studio. It was a beautiful place for me. The memories that I was with my twin there. I wouldn't trade that for a million years, million things, million memories. That was special to me, and it will always be a special place to me. And it was beautiful inside. But when he first saw it, he got out of his beautiful black BMW. He's always driven a BMW, and he said to me, "What are you doing here? This place is beneath you." And because when he saw me I was living in a giant house. I had 5 bedrooms and a pool and a gated community, and I said, my life has changed, And this is where I'm at. I said, are you going to come in or are you going to stand there judging me? He smiled, and so he came in and he walked in and he realized that, wow, it might be smaller, but it still is her. It's still her. Look at this place. It looks the way she did. And he said it's very beautiful. And I know that he came from a lot of money, right? But maybe he's fallen on bad times himself. And I said to him, you know, we talked about it one time, and I said, you're trying to figure out how to, what is the word? Something your life with my life. You know, figure out how would we fit together. Here he is, jet setting all around the world, you know, flying here and there, living, having all these different homes. And here I am, a spiritual teacher that's walked away from everything. I walked away from my home. I walked away from my job of, you know, I had a huge clientele. I chose to do that. I walked away from everything. And I didn't feel embarrassed about it. I chose to do it. But, so I said, you're trying to figure out how to align your lifestyle with mine, right? And he said, yes. And then he says, you have to understand. He goes, I'm very humble. And I know that he is humble. He's not a proud person. But I said, you know, this is what happens to Spirit will do this. They'll take everything away from us. They humble us. But they also do it in order for us to realize that we're not doing this alone. The help that I received, I got it by Spirit. Spirit helped me. And I had to be humble enough to ask for help. And I had to be humble enough to live differently than I lived. I was grateful for it. It was an adventure to me. I lived in a room at the White Laced Inn in Sturgeon Bay for like 6 months, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And I was incredibly grateful to Dennis Stotts for inviting me to live there, and I worked as his hostess, right? And then I finally got a little part-time job, and I was able to get my own apartment, but I had to share it with someone else. And I'd never had roommates before. I've always owned my homes, you know? And then I got back to California. No, then I went to Sedona, and I did better there. And I rented a 2-bedroom place, and I wasn't there for too long. And I had to come back to California, and then I was starting all over again. And I started, you know, on my friend's motorhome. I lived in her motorhome. I paid her, but I worked, and I lived in a motorhome. And then I made enough to move into that studio where my twin found me. And then after he left, my twin went on his journey. I moved up to Canyon Lake, and I got my own studio, like a bigger place. And then I'm up here to this place. So this is a leg up, and every time we just take another step up. But it's not about what we have. It's about being vulnerable and allowing Spirit to help us, and trusting that we will be met with kindness, like I was in Sturgeon Bay by Dennis Stotts. It was beautiful. And here, my landlord is very helpful for me. He does a lot of really nice things for me, you know? But Spirit's saying, don't expect everyone to read your mind and understand what you're going through, because they don't know unless you tell them. So ask, and ask Spirit. Ask and it is given, right? So this is the perfect time to seek help, maybe from a mentor, or maybe a business advisor to help you. Maybe if you're trying to do something as far as your work is going, to get the help, to get the leg up, to move up on you know where you want to get to. Maybe you've got an idea and it's just new and you're just starting out, right? You're going to receive positive help at this time, information. That's what Spirit's saying. When you ask Spirit for that, you will receive the counsel that will bring prosperity to you. Maybe you've been working on your business. Maybe, like my twin, he walked away from his business. I know that. And maybe he started up another business, right? And he's been working. And maybe it's growing now and he can't do it all by himself. Maybe he needs to ask somebody else. I'm just using him as an example. Maybe you need my wands, my landlord said, I think you need to hire somebody to help you. And I said, no, it's good. I can do it on my own. But maybe when you get to that place where you're working all the time and you realize, geez, you know what? I can't do this. I can't work all the time by myself. I need to have a partner. I need to bring somebody in. So bring somebody in. Bring the ones in that can give you a leg up, right? There's help. And trust that help will appear when you ask for it. It's about delegating authority. It's not about being Wonder Woman or Wonder Man. Wonder Man. Is there a Wonder Man? No, but when I heard Wonder Man, I saw Robert Downey Jr. Who's he? Iron Man. Okay, so it's not about being Wonder Woman or Iron Man. And I see my twin as Iron Man. I totally do. Robert Downey Jr. Oh my God, that's funny. Wonder Man. Oh, that's funny. Remember Wonder Dog? Do you guys have Wonder Dog here in California? We have them in the United States. I remember Wonder Dog when I was a kid. Oh my God, that's funny. So when you expect Spirit to help you and you ask for help and you say, Spirit, look, I'm needing this. I'm just going to give it to you. I'm not going to stress over it, but I'm going to put it out there that I really could use this right now, and I really appreciate this, and I know you're going to do it. I know it's going to happen. I'm going to give you a few days. I'm not going to expect it to happen in 20 seconds, but I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to expect you to give me some help to give me a leg up, right? And the people will arrive. They will arrive, and they will arrive at the right time. Spirit knows. Just as long as you move forward, right? And you ask for this help. Ask Spirit. They're standing right there behind that curtain, ready to help you. Love, love, love. Love this meeting. Love this reading. All right, you guys. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Love you. Bye.